Hey everyone, this is Joe, the host of He Said, She Said. And I just want to let you know that you don't have to put out just to get out. Well, let me be more specific. You don't have to put out anything just to get out. I noticed that there's a lot of people that are putting out material such as books, such as media, such as written posts, you name it. There's so many people doing so many different things, and I'm doing some of those things as well. But make sure that that is your path that you're supposed to be taking in your life, because if you start following someone else's paths, what'll end up happening is you'll actually end up being off course. Their footsteps may not fit your feet. And what happens then is you're stepping in the wrong areas. So while you're trying to put out to get out, you end up getting back in to a negative situation or a distracting situation. It's what I like to call a healthy distraction. You're following someone because they have made successes, or they've made a headroom, or they've made these big strides in their career paths or in their callings. But what they may be called to, you may not be called to. So how will it work? Yes, you may be able to walk down that pathway, but will you get to where it ends? Will you be able to handle it where it ends? So you want to make sure that you are following the path that God has called for you to do, because he's equipped you with the things that he needs you to have inside of you in order for him to do the most or do everything that he wants to do through you. And that's not going to work if you're following someone else's path. So don't just put out a book, don't just put out or become a motivational speaker. Don't just do things just to be doing them. Make sure you're called to do these things, because what'll happen is, if you feel like this is something that you're called to, or if you're just doing things just to just do them, it'll come out. After a while, when the times get difficult, you'll be more inclined to quit. Not to say it's easy. It's not easy saying that God is telling me to write posts every single day. It's not easy for me to have a camera in front of my face every single day. Trust me. But he's speaking. I hear him speaking as I'm working. I see him speaking, or hear him speaking when I'm hanging out with friends, or hanging out with my girlfriend. It's so interesting, and I have to make intentional time because I know this is something that he's called me to do. And in those moments of difficulty, I go back to, well, God has called me to do this. He's asked me to do this. He's asked for me to do this a long time. I just so happen to answer and do it. But make sure that the calling is on you, because if not, the weight of the responsibility that will get on you will crush you if you're not ready for it. So again, I encourage you, if you're walking down a particular path, if you feel that you're called to do something, make sure that you are called to it first and foremost. But secondly, just don't put out anything just to try to get out of your situation. Don't just try to put out anything just to say, you know what, I want to get out of corporate America, so I need to do this because I saw this person and that person do it. Make sure that you're listening to what God is telling you, not somebody else, what he's telling you. So that requires you to spend time with him in order for you to know what he's saying. He's talking all the time, but are we listening all the time? I'll be honest, I'm not listening all the time. I'm trying to listen more now than ever before, but I'm still a work in progress. So I encourage you, continue working to hear him, so that way you can progress down the path that you're supposed to be walking.